He sent the video. I sent it to Pastor James.
Yeah, play it again. It sounded different though. For some reason. Yeah. People get ready for the trains coming. Don't need no baggage, just get on board. All you need is faith to hear the diesel humming. Don't need no ticket, you just thank the Lord. Welcome, viewing audience and listening audience, to the People Get Ready podcast with the legendary political guru, Mr. Charles E. Bibbs from Bibb's Record Shop. We will begin our great show this evening with two famous quotes from the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King. The first one is, there comes a time when one must take a position that is neither safe nor politics nor popular, but he must take it because conscience tells him it is right. The second one says, it may well be that we will have to repent in this generation, not merely for the erotic words and the violent actions of the bad people, but for the appalling silence and indifference of the good people who sit around and say, wait on time. We know that these words are relevant for today because we have situations in our community just now, like the closing of the St. Vincent Charity Hospital, where we need our civic leaders and our political leaders to come out and stand up for those who have lost their jobs in our communities. Also, the closing of the Elijah Bryant senior citizen facility. Those, we need our political leaders and our civic leaders to come out and speak up for those who have lost their jobs in our community. Today, we have a great opportunity for you. Let me share with you what we have. We have the Bibb Business Opportunity Mall. Yeah, Bibb Business Opportunity Mall. For more information, you can call Mr. Charles E. Bibb Sr. office at 216-681-1469 or his mobile phone at 216-659-4619. We can partner with SNAP. You can partner with SNAP, and they have some great opportunities for you today. One of the opportunities is the Employee Retention Tax Credit Program. The other one is the ERC refund, $1.9 trillion. Did I say $1.9 trillion? Yes, $1.9 trillion is available just for you. If you qualify, you can receive up to $26,000 per W-2 employee. And you may ask the question, well, who is the people that qualify? Let me share with you those that qualify. If you have a business in the United States, you qualify. If you have a nonprofit organization, you qualify for a federal tax refund check. And we have here more great opportunity. We have a great opportunity for you today with Louva. Louva is launching an opportunity redefining health and wellness products and the best hands-free wellness strategy you can find. WEB EB3 education. Also, we have a new product, a new company here. We have Life Wave X39 stem cell activation. If you need your stem cell activated in your body so the body can reheal itself, we have just a product for you. X39. Have you been patched yet? Yes, I have. I've been patched and the patch is working. Let me tell you, it makes you feel good. It energizes you. It gives you great energy. Also, it takes away pain in your body. So let me tell you that X39 works. So also today, we have a great program for you today. We want to inform you and empower you about things that are happening not only in our community, not only in our state, but across this nation. Things are happening now. And we have our CEO, our president with us today, Mr. Charles E. Bibb Sr. himself is in the studio today. And we want you to give him a great round of applause as he comes to us. Mr. Charles E. Bibb Sr. Take it away, Mr. Bibbs.
Thank you, Reverend Ben Fair. You're on top of your game. You're getting better every week. And I'm glad to hear you're having such success with the products. Just keep it going.
Yes, sir.
And I want to apologize. We had a little interruption. We don't know if it was TikTok or TokTik or whoever interrupted us, but somebody interrupted us.
Yeah.
We're going to make up for it. So, Mr. Jeff Payton, are you in the house? Mr. Jeff Payton, are you in the house?
I am in the house, Mr. Bibb. So good to see you.
Before you finish, I heard a little something special the other night, and I want to pass it on to Reverend Ben Fair and Miss Candace Jones. That special podcast Zoom we had the other night, late at night.
Yes, sir.
When you want to up to the next level, when you get ready to order.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Order, get up. But Jeff will explain that to you because he knows just how it works.
Oh,
Don't you, Jeff Payton?
Yes, sir. I do indeed. I do indeed.
Okay. At the end
Well,
of your
listen.
presentation, would you tell them how to order instead of ordering, move up in rank?
I will be glad to. I'll be glad to. So let me just say thank you and happy, I'm glad, I hope everybody had a great resurrection weekend this past weekend. I certainly did myself. I want to thank you, Mr. Bibb, for bringing me on to onto the Zoom, the podcast this evening. I appreciate you so much. And I've got some great news for you too, sir. You know, I'm proud to be a part of X39, and I love the fact that prosperity is written all over it. Prosperity in healing, prosperity in your finances and so forth. As a matter of fact, Mr. Bibb, I want to share this with you on a person-to-person business note. I've got good news for Candace and Reverend Jones as well, but you realize that you are 92% closer to your next position. Now, that says a lot because you're doing this at a very short period of time. And I'll fill you in on the details later. You can give me a call later on tonight, but congratulations, and you're closing in on it fast. I'm very, very proud of you. And also Candace and Reverend, I'm going to share some things with you, Reverend Fair. I'm going to share some things with you as well. So, you know, thank you again. I'm proud of you guys. You guys are the nucleus of the Ohio expansion for our X39 Life Wave. So congratulate yourselves.
Thank you.
Folks, I want to share with you about the power of this tiny little patch. Can you put me on the camera? Can I get on the camera?
Yes.
No. Okay. Well, anyway, I want to share with you the power of this tiny little patch. I don't have much time, but I'm going to try and compact as much information in this short conversation as possible. This tiny little patch, which is called the X39, is the newest wave of technology in stem cell activation and stem cell research. Now, the beauty of this, let me show it to you once again. Here's that little bitty tiny patch. Who would have ever thought that this little tiny patch would help induce healing in your body? Now, my short story is this. I've been suffering from diabetes for 10 years or so. And that was right at the time that I got interested in stem cell reactivation or stem cell research. Over the years, the stem cell industry has evolved. It went from stem cell research to stem cell implants, now to stem cell light wave technology. Back up a little bit, and that stem cell injection process cost a lot of money. And common people like you and me can't afford to have a $5,000 injection, which could eventually end up being $100,000, depending on how many injections you would have to have. Fast forward to today, and a genius by the name of David Schmidt. This guy had developed a system, a very, very, I guess you could call it simple system for a complex problem. Every single individual on that under the sound of my voice right now has over 40 trillion stem cells throughout their body. That means that there's a stem cell connected to every single organ in your body, including your skin. So over the process of aging, by the time we hit 30, 40, 50 years old, 60 years old, through that process, our stem cells go dormant. They go to sleep, in other words. And what happens is that our bodies doesn't heal as fast as they should, or as fast as they could when we were a kid, or when we were in our adolescence or younger years. So fast forward to the day, I'm 64 years old. I'll be 65 in May. And my stem cells, they said through research, my stem cells were completely dormant before I started using the patch. And now here I am, 65 years old, full of vibrance. I had a stroke. I had congestive heart failure. I've got a pacemaker, but not that people don't even know that I went through that. I plateaued for a moment. Now here I am again, back to this technology, whereby I put this patch on my body. When I put it on my body, it literally went to work waking up the stem cell, the weakest link in my entire body. I've told you about the diabetes. Now I'm within range. I've struggled with it for 10 years or more. Congestive heart failure, my infraction rate or my heart rate was only at 45. Now my heart rate is at 60. And in cardiology terms, that means my heart is functioning at 100% because of this patch. Now,
Wow.
I don't know what you're going through, but everybody you know and everybody that I know is getting patched. I mean, I don't care what you got, what you're dealing with or your issues, aches and pains, it doesn't matter. The stem cell activation that's involved in the life wave process is amazing. So just that being said, I'm going to send you to a link called Start X39. Write that down, Start X39. That link is going to give you all the information on what you need to know about the life wave patch and the X39, and it will help you to get clarity and be intelligent about the use of this patch. It's non-invasive. There's a medical grade adhesive on the back, so it sticks to your skin. Once it sticks to your skin, there's light activation that goes through it. And what happens is through that light activation, it goes and affects your copper peptides, and your copper peptides affect your stem cells, waking them up. Your body begins to heal. You get a great night's sleep. And I'll tell you what, 4,000 genes wake up the minute you put this patch on. Matter of fact, you don't even have to take the glue off of it, take the back off of it. Just as long as you got it in your pocket, it's working. If you got it near you, it's working. It's not medicine. This is science. This is the newest technology available. This is science. And
Yes. Mr. Payton,
yes, sir.
we're running out of time, but would you give the Reverend Ben Fair and Miss Candace Jones that awesome information?
Yes, I will.
Yeah,
Listen, guys, here it is real quick in a nutshell. When you get started at, let's say, for example, you get started at the bronze level, you can upgrade to either the silver or the gold package. At the gold package, you're in position to earn overrides on all of the business that's coming in. Now, here's the amazing part for both of you. People are coming in under you guys right now that you don't even know. So you have to be in position to earn those overrides over there. Reverend Fair, same for you. You can upgrade to the premium position in this company is to be diamond. You can upgrade to either platinum or diamond because you are a gold and pay the difference for either one of those positions. But the beauty is now you're earning overrides without the earning positions, without, like Mr. Bibb is about to hit his earned position. You get those overrides without having to do that. So in other words, there's business coming in under you that's going into your portals as we speak, and you want to be in position in the company to make that happen. Also, you just need to be on auto ship. The reason for that is because if you're going to be in business, you have to be in business. And we intend to make this as a successful an opportunity for you as possible.
Running late, Mr. Payton, but we'll
Yes, sir.
for next week. And thanks a lot for the information. And
You're welcome.
Reverend Fair, I'm gonna have to call you in twice on Nashville, Tennessee.
Mhm.
Bring me up to date on just what happened today in Tennessee
Oh, yeah.
with the state reps.
All right, absolutely, Mr. Bibb. So today, we have a report from the New York Times. It says expelled Democrat lawmakers is sworn back into Tennessee's House. The move to reappoint Representative Justin Jones was a swift rebuke to the Republicans' supermajority over its decision to expel him and another lawmaker for leading gun control protests. It says Justin Jones, one of the two Black Democrats expelled from Tennessee House of Representatives for leading a gun control protest on the House floor, was sworn back into his seat on Monday in a swift rebuke to the state's Republicans' supermajority within an hour of the Metropolitan Nashville Council unanimously voting to temporarily appoint Mr. Jones back to his seat. The young lawmaker had returned to take his place in the Republicans-controlled legislature that overwhelmingly voted to expel him just 4 days earlier, after leading hundreds of supporters on a march from the council meeting. Mr. Jones took his oath of office on the steps of the state capitol, now empowered with a national platform and the backing of Democrats across the state and across the country. The moment came 2 weeks after the mass shooting at a Christian church in Nashville that prompted Mr. Jones and 2 other Democrats to protest in the House chamber.
Hold it right there, Mr. Ben Fair. Good place to hold it, because I'm going to call you back a little later.
Okay.
Because I got to go to Detroit, Michigan. Got a busy man up there named James Panicus Jr. He got to go and meet with another group of people to tell him about his awesome opportunity that we're all involved in. Mr. James Panicus, are you in the house?
Yes, I am, Mr. Bibb. How are you doing?
Fine, Mr.
Again, thank our guests, West Woodfield and family and friends for coming to our first
Can you hear me?
of the Groves.
Yes.
Concession stands are open.
I apologize for the loud noise.
Okay, it's just going all over the world, that's all. But come on now, come on with it. Go. Them being fair, I can't wait.
Listen,
Right.
listen. We got an opportunity. It's so hot. I'm telling you, we got one of the hottest things. We have partnered up the health and wellness industry with the hedge fund hands-off trading platform. This is so hot. I'm out here at a track meet right now for my youngest son, and I'm making residual income. See, being a $1 million earner in this industry affords me the opportunity to be out here with my family making money. And that's what we're bringing to Cleveland right now. Partnering up with you, Mr. Bibb, bringing this opportunity to people and partnering up with a former Cleveland City resident, Ms. Dorothy Cook. We have an opportunity that is going to bring some financial relief to a lot of people. See, this hedge fund opportunity that people don't even need to learn how to trade. They don't need to know how to do anything, but this is the first legal hedge fund trading opportunity that people can put money in and be on the interbank opportunity, the interbank side, not the over the counter where people lose money on Forex, people lose money doing that. They get to trade where the big banks, the insurance companies and all of them, where they don't lose money. They get to put their money in there, set it, let it ride, watch it grow, and get 100% of their money back at any time they want to. That is a game changer. And it's U.S. funds in, U.S. funds out. You don't have to convert it to anything. And attached to it, we got some of the top health and wellness stuff. You don't have to apply nothing to your body. You don't have to do nothing. You drink it, feel better. We got people that are 70 years old out here on tracks, outrunning people that are half their age. Documentation beats conversation. We got a spring break blitz going on right now with a $60 million earner right now that is going, and we're leading up to something big this Saturday that you're hosting, Mr. Bibb, the Hedge Fund Health and Wellness blowout, where they're going to be showing everybody that platform and changing the financial wealth of Cleveland, Ohio. So, Mr. Bibb, let people know how they can get in touch, how they can get involved with you, Mr. Bibb, and how Mr. Bibb and his people are going to bring that infusion of cash into the state of Ohio.
Thank you, Mr. Panicus. A couple of things I want to ask you. Give me the couple of names of a big bank. I'm fair, I don't know who big banks are. Would you give us some of the big banks?
Oh yeah, the interbank trading. This interbank trading platform, we're talking about banks like, Bank of America. We're talking about like Bank One. We're talking about Merrill Lynch. We're talking about, MetLife. We're talking about all of those people are in these, these hedge funds that are on this side. All you have to do is look up interbank trading opposed to over-the-counter trading, and you'll see when you're involved with the interbank side of it opposed to the over-the-counter, that is where the big money is. The people lose money when they try to do the over-the-counter stuff, when they get involved in these other MLMs, and most of those are not the legal side.
Thank you, Mr. Candace. Mr. Candace. You see, I'm getting ahead of myself on my list. Thank you, Mr. James Panicus Jr. And on Saturday at 4:30, tell them what's going to happen. The special meeting set up.
At 4:30, we have a special meeting that Mr. Bibb is going to be hosting right there at Chandler Park and online with that $60 million man, Mr. Robert Dean, and it might be a special guest, and they're going to be doing a breakdown of what the hedge fund trading platform is all about, and they're going to be showing people how easy it is to set up and get involved. In fact, I just checked mine, and my money just went up while I'm sitting here at the track meet, and I didn't do anything but put my money in. Who else can do that?
Last call, 400-meter relay.
Tell us a loud call, because all of Detroit is on this line. All right. Thank you, Mr. James Panicus. We'll talk to you soon. And now Miss Candace Jones has some awesome information for us. Miss Candace Jones, the mic is all yours.
Thank you, Mr. Bibb, and thank you everyone for joining us here this afternoon. So I wanted to share some information coming up regarding SNAP Partners. So SNAP Partners is an umbrella for multiple SNAP products or verticals. The SNAP Delivery for food delivery services from restaurants, the SNAP Financial, which Reverend Fair talked about in the introduction, the ERC Employee Retention Program, the SNAP Entertainment, and the SNAP Cares, and more are coming later this year. But I wanted to share also is that SNAP Partners is having a convention in April 28th, 29th, and 30th. That's a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday this month, and it's going to be in Cincinnati, Ohio. So you want to make sure that you're on board. You can either come live to the convention or you can stream the event. The location will be the Downtown Renaissance Cincinnati Hotel. That's where all the festivities will be taking place. And there'll also be some fun events and activities going on as well. So you'll be able to get to hear about all the SNAP Partners verticals and any new things, because every convention, they always launch something new. So I'm sure something new is going to be launched for this one as well. And one of our own SNAP Partner resources, Garfield Dawes, who is an executive director with SNAP Partners, had a grand opening for a restaurant this past Saturday. It was called Personal Chef Jamaican Restaurant. The location is 27075 Chardon Road in Richmond Heights. So stop by and take part on some of the food. The normal business hours are Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. And on this past Saturday, I had the curry chicken. It was really good. It was curry chicken, rice, and cabbage. And Mr. Bibb, did you know that one of our own co-hosts, Reverend Fair, does baking, and he made some desserts that Garfield had there as well. I had the caramel cake. It was so good. My plan was to take the cake home with me. And
Not
have it
again.
later. The cake didn't make it home.
Reverend Fair, that happens quite often. We get a dessert to go, and we go inside and taste a little bit.
Yeah.
After a while, we wound up sending an empty container back to the kitchen.
Right. So there were quite a few desserts. So the food was very good. The desserts were very good. So stop by Garfield's restaurant. It's called Personal Chef Jamaican Restaurant, 27075 Chardon Road in Richmond Heights. Thank you.
Thank you very kindly. And good report there.
Yes, good.
Would you give us, Reverend Fair, all of the desserts that you gave, sold to the restaurant?
Oh, yes, sir, Mr. Bibbs. We had pound cake, sweet potato pie, strawberry cheesecake, red velvet, carrot cake, pineapple upside down, banana pudding, and German chocolate cake.
And that came, all those came from your company.
Yes.
Mhm.
Thank you, very good.
They were very good.
Very good. And like my order for the coconut cake is, you're working on that, right?
It's downstairs right now,
Oh,
Mr.
I like that,
Okay.
like that, like that. Very good.
Oh, Sharon's not here to get her
All right,
meringue pie.
Yeah.
very good.
Mhm.
Reverend, we will go back to Nashville, Tennessee,
Mhm.
to the General Assembly, where I had to interrupt you. I had those two gentlemen who have businesses in the Opportunity Mall.
Mhm.
And today, it was some more information coming out of Tennessee. Are you aware of that? The other state rep,
Yes.
do you have that information on him?
Yes, I do have some information on him.
Would you share that with our listening and looking audience, please.
Yes, sir, Mr. Bibbs, absolutely. Just to share a little bit more with you on what's happening in Tennessee, the no expulsion, no attempt to silence us will stop us, but it will only galvanize and strengthen our movement. Mr. Jones said in his first formal remarks. Also, he stated this, Mr. Bibbs, power to the people. He concluded, and the gallery erupted in cheers when he said, power to the people. We're going to bring the power back to the people. With a Nashville move to appoint Mr. Jones deepens the bitter rift between the council and the Tennessee legislators. The Republican supermajority, which has flexed its control over liberal-leaning areas and move to reign in autonomy of the state's largest cities. It says just hours before the vote, judicial panel temporarily halted a law that would slash the council in half after Nashville sued the state. And it goes on to say here, it says the council voted 36-0 to send Mr. Jones, the only person nominated, back to the House ahead of the special election later this year. The first pace of his reinstallment meant that he had not missed a single floor session in the House. In Memphis, here's the other part. In Memphis, Tennessee, Shelby County, the Board of Commissioners was set to consider sending Justin J. Person, the other person expelled from the Tennessee lawmakers legislature on Wednesday. That's what the council, or rather the commissioners, is debating on sending him back to the council. It says William Lochberg, the House Majority Leader, and Jerry Fission, the chairman of the House Republican Caucus, issued a statement ahead of Nashville Council vote saying that should any expelled members be reappointed, we'll welcome them back. So he's saying that they'll be welcomed back into the House, Mr. Bibb, if they send them back. If the commission send Mr. Pearson back, they'll be welcomed back into the House.
Very good, very good. And they both have to run in this special election this summer.
Yeah.
Which I don't think they'll have any problem getting elected.
Re-elected, right?
Okay. Like I told you last week, this is going to be a series. So just stay right on that. And I talked to some political people today. We're going to do, you notice they're wearing white suits.
Mm-hmm.
That's a power piece that's being put forward for you to read next week on why they're wearing white. And it started way back in 1916 when you were making movements like this. And when the women made their right to vote move, they wore white then. And Hillary, doing her campaign for president, she wore the white. And so did Geraldine Ferrari when she ran for president, vice president.
Mm-hmm.
So just keep on this, and we'll do it every day. And we're in the process of looking for a place to have the white suit luncheon in honor of the three Nashville, Tennessee three, their name, that's their name for them now, since they stood up for the gun shooting.
Yes.
Where the three people were killed.
Yes.
That's what this fight is all about. 3 adults and 3 children 2 or 3 weeks ago. And they threw them out of the House of Representatives because they found out across the nation how powerful the House of Representatives is. they do state politics. And if you control state politics, you put the power.
Yes, sir.
All right. Ms. Candace Jones, speaking of voting and power, do we have a video of the Board of Elections?
Yes, we do. So we're going to share a video from the Board of Elections. It's a short video that talks about the voting changes that have started in 2023. So we're currently in the midst of a primary election now that started in May. Not all communities having something on the ballot, but some do. So these changes to the voting laws are effective with this primary that's going on right now.
All right. Okay.
Voting laws, what you need to know when voting. The signing of House Bill 458 into law in January of 2023 has led to some rather significant changes in the voting laws of Ohio. There are 4 areas we will cover in this video. Voting in person. In general, a voter must present a government-issued photo ID to vote in person, unless the voter has a religious objection to being photographed and attests to this on the Secretary of State's prescribed Form 12-0, Affidavit of Religious Objection. There are 5 acceptable forms of government photo ID you can use when voting in person. 1, an unexpired Ohio driver's license. 2, an unexpired state ID card. 3, an interim ID. This is a Bureau of Motor Vehicles document issued to a person who has just applied for a driver's license or state ID card that is used until the permanent card arrives in the mail. 4, a U.S. passport or passport card. 5, a military ID such as a U.S. military ID card, Ohio National Guard ID card, or a U.S. Department of Veteran Affairs ID card. Beginning on April 7, 2023, any person ages 17 or older may apply for and receive a state ID card from the Bureau of Motor Vehicles for free. Provisional voting. If you show up to vote in person and do not have one of these types of government-issued photo ID, you will be required to vote a provisional ballot. You will have until the 4th day after Election Day, Saturday, to provide one of the 5 acceptable forms of ID at the Board of Elections to receive credit for voting. If you have a religious objection to being photographed, you may sign a 12-0 Affidavit of Religious Objection form. Understand that these completed forms will be transmitted to the Secretary of State's office, which will then consult with the BMV to see if this voter was issued a currently unexpired photo ID. The Affidavit of Religious Objection is not valid if the BMV has issued a currently unexpired photo ID or if the last 4 digits of the voter's Social Security number provided on the affidavit do not match those digits in the statewide voter registration database. Voting absentee by mail. House Bill 458 made several changes in processes associated with voting by mail. The absentee application itself has changed from the last election. You must print your name, your address at which you are registered, the address where you want to receive your ballot if different than your registered address, your date of birth, and one of the following forms of identification: the last 4 digits of your Social Security number, or your Ohio driver's license number, or a copy of a government-issued photo ID front and back, except for a passport, which must include the passport's identification page. You then must check the box of the election you would like to vote in. After choosing the election you wish to vote in, you must sign and date the document. We would also encourage you to give us your contact information, either phone number, email, or both. That way, if there are any problems with your application, we can contact you directly to cure any issues you might have quickly. Your contact information is not shared by our office. In addition to changes to the form, there is also a change to the deadline to submit applications to the Board of Elections. The deadline is now close of business 8:30 p.m. on the 7th day before Election Day. Your absentee ballot must still be postmarked no later than the day before Election Day when returning by mail, or you can hand deliver your ballot to the Board of Elections office until 7:30 p.m. on election night. You cannot drop your absentee ballot off at your polling location on election day. Your vote will not count. The deadline to receive your properly postmarked ballot by mail at the Board of Elections is 4 days after Election Day. Registering to vote. In order to register to vote or to update your registration information, you must fill out the updated voter registration and information update form. Fill out all applicable lines. In box 10, there are only one of 3 things you can use to register to vote: an Ohio driver's license number, state ID card number, or the last 4 digits of your Social Security number. The deadline to register to vote for the upcoming May election is April 3rd at 9 p.m. and October 10th at 9 p.m. for the November 2023 election. We hope this helps educate our voters and poll workers for the upcoming election. If you have any questions, please phone us, email us, or stop in and see us. As always, thank you for all you do to keep our democracy alive and well.
That was some great information, and information that everybody needs to be aware of. And I want to stress one of the things that the gentleman mentioned in the video is that if somebody votes by provisional ballot on election day, when they go into the elections, because it's going to happen, they need to, and they don't have the photo ID, they need to contact the Board of Elections within, I think it was 4 days after the election day to validate. Otherwise, their vote is not going to count at all. So they either have to give the proof to the Board of Elections of that photo ID or that ID that's required. So I want to stress that, because there's on election day, there's going to be people that are going to come and have to vote provisional anyway. So in order to rectify their ballot, they need to contact the Board of Elections within that 4 days after the election day.
Okay, I noticed one piece in there that said you'll get credit for voting. Will the voter, the candidate, receive a vote? You will personally get credit for voting, but will the candidate get a vote for that provisional ballot?
I'm not
Would they count them in?
If they're
At that
provisional,
4-day period?
if they validate their provisional ballot, then their ballot will be counted, yes.
Okay,
But if they don't, their ballot will not be counted.
okay.
And I also wanted to say is that for those that are going to get their ID, and again, you can get your either state ID or your driver's license for free. Those that don't have one now at any of the BMV locations in the state of Ohio. And as he mentioned, started April 7th, that's when you can get them for free. So I would suggest, even for those that are not voting in this primary because their community may not have anything on the ballot, go and get your ID now so you can get that out of the way. So that when it comes to the general election or whatever election comes next, you'll be able to vote with no issues or anything, because you never know what's going to change between now and then.
Okay, now would you repeat, what do you need to get your free ID?
You need either, and it was mentioned in the video, you need either your driver's license, social security card, not driver's license, I'm sorry, either birth certificate or social security card. And so some people may have a problem getting their birth certificate or social security card, and Vote Riders, which is a nationwide nonprofit organization. And Vote Riders is a nonpartisan organization focused on voter ID and the challenges it presents to voting access. So they will help individuals get their birth certificates or social security cards or whatever documentation they may need, and their services are for free. So within the Cleveland area, there's going to be different focal points that people can go to get their documentation, whether it's birth certificate or whatever. They can sign up to do that. For those that may be listening outside of Ohio, because every state is different as far as getting your birth certificate. But if you want to contact Vote Riders, the number is 866-ID2, the number 2, VOTE. 866-ID, the number 2, VOTE. But I will come back next week with the information on different areas within the Cleveland area that will be helping people through the process.
Okay. I'm glad that you gave us a number because I want to contact that group that's helping people free.
Mhm.
I want to bring them on the podcast. We just find out when they're available.
Yes.
All right. Thank you very kindly. All right. Very good. Right before we'll do our announcements. And I know we have the job fair announcement. If we might have someone else, some other announcement.
Yes, we do.
You have the job fair announcement over there
Yes.
with you?
Yes, I do.
Okay, would you give us a job fair announcement?
Yes,
Well,
sir.
let me ask one question. Is Dr. Gwen Jarvis in the house? Dr. Gwen Jarvis, are you in the house? Okay, give me the job fair information because
Okay.
we need that job fair information real bad.
Absolutely, Mr. Bibb. Ward 1, job fair, job opportunity fair. And the date is Friday, April the 14th. And the time is 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And the location was at by Harvard Community Service Center. That's Harvard Community Service Center is hosting this affair, and the location is 18240 Harvard Avenue, Cleveland, Ohio. Some of the employers that will be there is one, Cleveland Bills, and the other one is Charles Stakery, United States Navy, Dave's Supermarket, ODOT, RTA, and more. And if you have any questions, you can contact Miss Elaine Goldstein, our president and CEO. Her email is goldie715@aol.com. That's goldie715@aol.com. Ward 1 Councilman Joe Jones, working hard for you. And his office number is 216-664-4944. And his cell number is 216-355-0017. Ohio Mean Jobs, Cuyahoga County, ODOT, and Cleveland Bills are some of the employers that will be there. And also, Mr. Bibb, they're saying, be prepared and bring your resume.
Okay, Reverend Fair, what's the date of that?
The date is April the 14th, and the time is going to be Friday at 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Do you have a phone number for the councilman?
Yes, sir, we do.
Would you get in touch with the councilman and ask him which one of the companies pay minimum wage?
Yes, sir, we'll do, Mr. Bibb.
So they will know the next time we'll promote the ones that pay minimum wage.
All right.
Because the city of Cleveland, the last time that came before city council,
Mhm.
the Cleveland City Council voted against minimum wage. They believe that was too much money for the people in their wards. So they under the state wage. Do anybody know what the state minimum wage is?
I don't know.
$9.
$9.
That's what they want them to make in Ward 1. So find out which companies are
Offer.
paying minimum wage and which ones are not.
Okay. We'll do,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Bibb. You're welcome.
And you have anyone else, Miss Candace?
Yes. we have another
Gwen
in-
Jarvis is here. How is everyone?
We're doing good. How are
Doing
you?
good. Thank you.
We good.
Fine.
Good for
I
you.
was trying.
Stay on the line. Don't run away. We're gonna be calling on you next.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So the announcement I have is Strength in Numbers, Metro Health. The Metro Health Minority Men's Fair will be taking place Thursday, April 27th, 5 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. And we know Dr. Charles Mardlin is one of the directors of this event. The locations that will take place is the main campus, the Metro Health main campus, Cleveland Heights location, and Ohio City. It's open to everyone, all males, to come for your pre-screenings. And I said pre-screenings because everybody needs to be checked out. So there's no one will be turned away. You can register by calling 216-957-3862. Again, 216-957-3862. And the date is April the 27th, which is a Thursday, 5 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. at the 3 Metro Health locations, main campus, Cleveland Heights, and Ohio City.
All right. And Miss Candace, do you have the schedule for Saturday at Chandler Park?
Yes, I do.
Would you give that to the audience?
So this Saturday, April 15th, starting at 1 p.m., the doors open at 12:30. There will be an executive lunch and presentation. So spring is here, and so is the business opportunity Spring Fever. So the events will start at 1 p.m. with a free lunch. You must RSVP to Candace at 216-570-4738. Leave your name, or you can text your name and how many will be joining in your party. At 1:30, we have a SNAP Partners presentation and information about the upcoming convention. At 2 p.m., we have the LifeWave X39 Stem Cell Activation presentation by Jeff and Regina Payton, live from Atlanta, Georgia. 2:30, we have questions and answers from Jeff and Regina regarding X39. 2:45, getting started with LifeWave Opportunity. And at 3 p.m., a LUVA presentation Zoom with Robert Dean Jr. from Atlanta, Georgia. And at 4 o'clock, a LUVA hedge fund platform overview and setup training. So you don't want to miss any of these presentations. So they're going to be very beneficial. The location of the event will be at Chandler Park, 17325 Euclid Avenue, at the corner of Euclid Avenue and London Road, second floor conference room, suite 2011.
Very good. Thank you. And them being fair, that's free lunch. You can tell all your friends
Mm-hmm.
come and have lunch with us.
All right.
But they got to call Candace Jones
Okay.
to get this great information.
Yes, sir.
Dr. Gwen Jarvis? Dr. Gwen Jarvis?
I'm here. Hello, everyone. It's been a while.
All right, bring us the latest news that you have for us.
Let's see. The latest news that I would like to invite everyone to is for Moms Demand Against Gun Violence. Once a year, we send postcards to try to convince our politicians to support gun violence. And that event is going to take place at the in Solon, and it's going to be at Panera's on, which one is this? March 22nd. I'm sorry, this is April 22nd. However, we can get together somewhere so that we can send postcards, because we need to do something about this gun violence, especially our latest thing that has happened in Tennessee. So if anyone would like to participate in that, please contact me at area code 216-578-1490, because we have got to get rid of and eliminate, as possible, this gun violence. So that's what's going on. Trying to get back into the swing of things here.
Let me let you in on a little information on the gun violence, Doc.
Okay.
Do you have the words on the postcards available?
Yes. Well,
read
and
the
actually,
word?
excuse me,
Would you read the words to us, what the postcard say?
please stop gun violence. Please be a supporter of gun violence. Those are the words on it. And not only that, folks have an opportunity to add their own words to the postcards. They don't even have to worry about the postage. The postage is being paid for.
Now, let me tell you, 10 times in a row, the president of the United States said the same thing. He just said it yesterday. Did you happen to see him?
No, I
The
didn't.
shoot after the mass shooting at the bank. Are you aware of the mass shooting at the bank?
No. When was that?
Pull it up in your Google. Louisville, Kentucky. One of them long rifles. The man killed 5 people in the
Oh my
bank.
God. No, I know.
And
It's just so much going on. We have an average of 100 shootings per day this year.
This is what the president told
I'll have to look that up.
senators and state and congressmen. We got to do something. He
Absolutely.
told, hold it down. He told him that 10 killings in a row.
Hmm.
Okay. So by now, you know, ain't nobody paying that no attention, right?
Right.
If you want to get their attention, how do they get in office?
Voted.
How do congressmen and United States senators get in office?
Well, by our votes.
All right. So if you want to get their attention, tell them, I'm not going to vote for anybody who's supporting the guns.
Exactly. And that's what Moms and Men Against Gun Violence. We only
Hold it
support people who are
Hold it. One sentence paragraph. You're a PhD, so you know that one sentence paragraph. We're not voting for anybody who's not voting to get rid of the guns. The politicians only listen to voters. That's why they put them 2 back in the state house in Kentucky, because the whole country is behind them. Not Kentucky, but Tennessee. So you can't send them a Sweetwater notice.
Yes.
This is hardball.
Yep.
And you pull that up and call me. This happened 3 days ago. A bank employee went in and killed up his folks who he worked with in the bank.
Yes. Oh,
You've
goodness.
been on grandkids to think you probably missed it, but look that one up.
Okay, I sure will.
Up to date on it.
Yes, I'm familiar with it.
Reverend Fair gonna tell you what happened. Tell her what happened, Reverend Fair.
Oh, yeah, the employee walked in, he came to the bank and just started shooting up his fellow co-workers.
Oh, this is just crazy. This is
And then
crazy.
the police, he run in to help him.
Oh, he shot the police too. Yep, he shot the police.
He ambushed them.
Mhm.
He was waiting on them to run in the bank. When they ran in, he shot them.
Yeah.
Oh my
One
goodness.
is killed and the other one is holding on.
Oh my goodness.
So this is serious business. Patty cake, mail by 10 times in a row. Then Senate and House, y'all got to do something.
Exactly.
Told them that way back when George Floyd got killed. Boy, remember that?
Yeah.
Them 10 people. Every time they got to do something, but they keep voting them back in.
Mhm.
All right, thank you. Anything else?
No, that's all, sir.
All right, glad to have you back here, and I'm looking for you to come to see us in our beautiful studio in the heart of Cleveland, in the Euclid corridor. All right, we left Euclid, Ohio, and we down in the Euclid corridor now, Ms. Candace.
Uh-huh.
That back in the Jefferson, what they say, we're moving on up. All right, it's been great. And Reverend,
Yes, sir.
How do we get any cakes? There's some people here that want to know cakes and pies. Cause I can attest, and Miss Candace too, you got the best ever did it.
Thank you, Mr. Bibb.
It-
Well, you can.
Do you have a name, number, your, how you operate it?
Yes, sir. Then the name of my company is Sweet Delights. And and you can reach me at 770-695-1284.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
thank
you.
you. And
Out.
good night. Had a little rough start, but we